FlossTube, you're watching Lost in Floss, and this is Barb. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch and of course a little rambling mixed in. Before I forget to do this, I need to do a little housekeeping. Emily C, FlossTuber, Instagrammer, is she's not herself, but the group she works for, which does advocacy for families and children, is having a duck derby, and it's going to be a virtual one this year because of COVID going on. But for a small amount of money, you can get a duck, which will be assigned a number, and they're going to do the random number generator type pick, which many of you are familiar with, and you have a chance to win prizes. So check out Emily C on YouTube and Instagram. Right now, I think she was trying to get 1,000 entries, and she is well past that. If she got 1,000, I believe that was the number for her to get a rubber ducky tattoo. And then Michelle Farm Girl chimed in that if Emily C got 5,000 entries, she would also get one. So I think the derby is a week from Saturday, so you will all have time to go check out Emily's video and enter the drawing. It'd be great if we as a community could participate in something that's so worthy a cause. I mean, there's so many causes out there, but if you have the ability, might be nice and kind of fun. Okay, so I remember to do that. What else is going on here? Just doing gardening. That's been fun. My flowers are doing pretty well. We had our first outside visit with the grandkids last Sunday, and oh my gosh, that was so fun. We just were out in the yard. My husband grilled, we had salads, and the kids just played in the yard the whole time. We had cleaned the downstairs bathroom, and they were assigned that one, and we used the upstairs one. So there was no cross-contamination, but just had the best time. It was so fun. I just can't wait for things will never be normal again that way, but just the ability to have your grandkids in your house and not have it be a crazy thing. One of the little 2.5-year-old, the one day he was running around with his little sand pail bucket and scooping things up, and told my daughter that he caught the coronavirus or the virus in his bucket, and could they now go to the library and the zoo, and he listed off a number of things, and that just broke my heart. So I have a bunch of books from my kids, and so I had them upstairs, so I brought this tub down and brought it outside, which probably weighed, I don't know, I'm sure it was like 40 pounds because it was packed full and the books were heavy. But anyways, all 3 of the ones that are of book age came running over, and it was just like they were at a library. They were so excited to see those books, and it was cute to see what they picked out. So they each went home with a bag of books, and then the next morning we got a text with the picture, and I don't know, the quote was something like, it's, pretty quiet at the library this morning, and they were all like sprawled out on the couches reading away their books. It was really cute. So that was kind of fun. What else is, well, I'm still adjusting to the virtual world. The one day I was on a call with my team, and thank goodness I had gotten dressed that morning, because instead of pressing unmute, I pressed the video button, and all of a sudden I heard people yelling, "Barb!" Well, I had already seen, I saw a picture of myself pop up, so I'm like, something's wrong here. So I was just glad it wasn't a morning where I was still in my pajamas. But I know you'd rather see what I've been working on for stitching. Wait, did I show my stash? No, I didn't show my stash. I'm getting confused because I had to start over. But so I had a gift card from Christmas time, and I really wanted to get the Just Another Button Company buttons to go with my bulb stitch that I'm stitching. Now I can't find the buttons, but well, oh, here they are. So these I'll be able to finish the little bulb stitch I've been working on. There we go. And then of course, lots of fabric because my stash was getting thin. I like this brash color. I've seen people stitch on it, but I've never stitched anything on that. So I'm excited to try that. And then of course, you know, you start down the chart aisle. So I'm full in the patriotic stitching mode. So I figured even if I don't get these this year, maybe I'll start them if I get them started before the 4th of July, and then I'll have them to finish up next year. But the first one is the trilogy, Happy Flag Day. And I can just see this as a little flat fold. I think that's really cute, and it should be really quick. So I'm gonna get started on that soon. Sweet Freedom Berry, Erica Michaels. I haven't made a strawberry yet, but I think I'm gonna try. And I might even try on some higher count fabric. So we'll see how that goes, because I don't want a ginormous strawberry. I think half the cuteness of them is their petite size. So I don't want something that looks like a industrial size frosting piping bag. So I'll maybe try something 36, 40. We'll see. Then, Teresa Kogut. You know how I whined about that snowman? Well, I saw this one, and it's American Primitives. I just had to have it. I thought it was so darn cute, but that red is all stitched in. So she's not gonna get me twice on this. I am gonna look for some Aztec red, I think, and use that as my background fabric, as long as the rest of it is all covered anyways. Not sure if I'm gonna put those sheep in. I don't know. I'll see when I get to it, but maybe something else there. But I thought that was adorable. And then, thank you, Brenda and the Cereal Starter. All Joys of Thine, Blackbird Designs. I saw the finished version of this, and I was just like, I gotta find that. So, and really, when I was looking at it, it really isn't a super duper huge sampler. It's on 36 count, it's 7.5 by 9 1/8. I mean, when they showed it, I was thinking it was gonna be, you know, like 18 by 24 or something. So that's exciting. And then when I was looking, what came up but Prairie Schooler Santa 2020. And I've read up now and also watched Michelle Farm Girl's 1/1 stitching tips, and I think those will help me on the Davos fabric as well. I'm gonna put the links to, several viewers wrote in different resources for 1/1 stitching. So I'm gonna put the links to those sources in the description for this video. But anyways, these just remind me of Leanne, and I'm gonna I'm gonna start trying to do one a year. Let's see, 2000, was it last year? One year she came back, I think it was when she went to Acorns and Thread, and she had bought a Santa chart, and she was nice enough to buy me one. So I thought in her memory I'd do the same for one of you guys. So I won't be stitching it alone. But I'm trying to think, maybe what was your favorite, for the question for this that will enter you in the comments, put what was your favorite item that Leanne stitched. So many of you have been with us for a long time and saw the many beautiful things she created. So that would be a good question. And for those of you who are new subscribers, you can either put that or just go back and watch one of the videos that she's in, because man, oh man, you don't know what you're missing. Stop the presses! I forgot a couple things. The usual wording that needs to be included. You must be 18 or older to enter. Don't say the word giveaway. And please be a subscriber. That is all. But anyways, I thought that would be kind of a nice remembrance. And, you know, I gotta learn to challenge myself. I should be able to. I see all of you stitching those Santas, and either I need to, I had the one started, it was a kit, it's not an ornament, but it was a little pillow kit from Country Sampler that I bought 2 years ago. And honestly, I should be able to finish that this year. And if I can't stitch it on 18 count, then I'm gonna stitch it on some kind of linen instead. I just don't want them to be, like even the 18 count Davos are at the high end of size for what I would like. And so I don't want to go any bigger, and based on my previous experience with the 1/1, I'm not sure that I'd want to go that route. So I'll just have to think on it and figure out what I'm gonna do. But I think I'm joining the bandwagon. So, another chart, and I don't have a picture. Oh, I guess this is getting into whips now. Well, whips and still what I bought. But I did a PDF download of a Sub Rosa design, and it's the Patriotic Series number 4 Patriotic Pincushion. It's kind of a hexagon chart. But I'm going to change it up a little bit, and I want to make it oblong so I can make it into a pillow and put fabric on the bottom. So I'm just doing like half the star, where there was, well, it's kind of like a mirror image. So there was a full star. So this is only half of it here. And then there were 4 of the flowers. So it went around in a circle, but the outside border is a hexagon. So I'm gonna, that was getting much bigger than what I was thinking it was gonna be. So I'm gonna try doing just a portion of it this time. And then I'll add some fabric to make it a small pillow. We'll see how that turns out. Next, last night I pulled out Little House Needleworks Stars and Stripes. I'll maybe insert a picture of the one I stitched last year. I stitched it for my exchange gift for StitchCon and made it into a cute little flat fold. But, you know, looking at it now, it's like, oh my gosh, it really is quick. So last night I started it, and I'm going to use the colors I used last year. can't remember what this red is, but anybody wants to know, I'll look it up because I have it written down. I'm trying to keep better track of that. And that fabric is just a scrap piece of 32 count vintage metal rue, which I love that color. It just has such depth and richness to it. I've moved on to the Prairie Schooler Christmas Eve. I'm like, I just want to get this one done. This is one of my Stitch 10 and 20 challenge pieces, so I want to clear this out. So I have it all done except for the snowflakes. And if it's not snowing, it might be all done. Part of me might just do with like a light gray. I don't know if really the roof lines show up that much, or if they get lost against the light blue. So I might just do a single stitch outline of those, but not the trees or anything, because those are all fine. And then it's back to the snowflake dilemma. I think now that I've done this one in a gray, not sure if I like that. So people, I know I asked you this before, and I probably have bought most of the things, but if you have something that worked well for you on like a lighter fabric where white wasn't showing up, let me know. Because I probably have it in my stash. I probably tried it already, but maybe not. Where the Hearts Rest by Brenda Miele. I think this is another one of my Stitch 10 and 20 challenges. So, I'm just going to tell you, there's a difference between, let's see, Cider Miele Brown and Apple Cider. I saw Cider as the name and I stitched the nest accent color all with the cider, the Cider Miele Brown. And it was just so monotone. Well, then I found the right color. The right color is Apple Cider. But I don't know, like now it looks so variegated. Before it looked really, really monotone. But I hope that looks okay. I think I'm just gonna go with it. But yeah, I think this is really cute, and it's really going pretty fast. This fabric is 32 count sand, and I do like that. It's a nice neutral. So, Kathy of To Dye House and I are hosting a sale, hashtag after the roses with an S on the end, and then SAL. So there's two S's right in a row, unlike what I posted on my last video. But it's this beautiful chart by Ink Circles. I just love it. The fabric was chosen for me by Barbara at Keepsakes, and she did a fantastic job. It's 32 count Autumn by Under the Sea. And I am officially maybe a stitch or two of completing the first quadrant. So that was exciting. In hindsight, I'm doing 2/2. And if I had to do it all over again, I maybe would stitch 1/2, just to make it be a little bit more delicate. But I really do love it, and we'll keep going on it. Where Liberty Dwells. Love this one. So many of you have stitched. It's my first attempt at 36 count, and it's on tin roof. and I really am pretty far. Getting closing in. So it's nice, I'm getting to the point where I don't need the chart anymore. This is the first time I've had things where I'm going like up and then over, and one section I ended up like stitching it like that, and when I looked at it, all my X's were going the wrong direction. So that was a little frustrating because I felt like I was making such good progress and maybe, you know, close to getting it done, but it's getting there. It's a fun one, and I do want to have that done by the 4th this year. Well, you can ask, what about the stocking? And what's it called? Holiday Glow Stocking. It's a dimensions kit. This is, I think I've officially, or getting close to having worked on this for 2 years now. So I need to have this done for this Christmas. But it's gotten fun again. So we've got Santa, and I got quite a bit of the snowman's body in, and I'm just starting on the toy bag right now. And then I'll go back and do more of the fill work, but I feel like I probably have done the worst. If I get the toy sack done, then really it's just shading around the guys and a little bit around the lantern I think I'm missing, and the name of course. But I really am happy with how it's turning out and excited to work on the next one. Okay, so as I alluded to, we also have some finishes this week. I have one that it's out of, I've committed to doing a finish of one of Leanne's FOs every month. So this is going to be my one for June 2020. She had this all stitched. And I think this is on Confederate Gray. It's in full glory. From the Blackbird design book, what's it called? The official name, Sweet Land of Liberty. There's 5 charts in there. And they're all really, really pretty. But as I mentioned last video, she had this fabric sitting behind this, and so in my mind, because she had never done a flat fold, I'm like, I think she wants a pillow. So it was kind of funny because I was trying to figure out the official name for this one, so I looked back at an old video where she showed it, and she's like, I'm gonna make it into a pillow. So I'm like, oh, I guessed right. So that one's done. Oodles to go. Last video, also I showed Springtime by New York Dreamer, and I was asking opinions on the backing fabric. Actually did a little poll and then didn't take the results at all, but I'm happy with how it turned out. So this is Springtime, and I ended up using the floral, which I love how it matches the colors that I used on the front. So officially done with spring, winter, summer, which I'll show you next, or down the line, and autumn I have mostly stitched. I need to tweak it a little bit, so then I'll just have Christmas, so that won't be too bad. So I'm doing the monthly Prairie Schooler series, and I have this like kind of box to put them in. And many people suggested putting burlap behind because the stitch won't be as big as the opening. And I think that's a good idea, but I haven't been to the store, so I'm just working. This is just a temporary finish. I probably won't get burlap because I just don't like the smell of it. I know that's weird, but so I'll probably get something with texture, a neutral nubby. But for now, I just had this piece of ticking that I put behind it, and to fill the space, I just put this little fence with the garland in. I don't know, and you know, it's probably not perfect, but this whole thing just pops out of here, and I just have the stitch part stuck onto the striped fabric part with packing tape. Works great. So when I get more of them done, I think I'm gonna worry about like the final, because I think this is the only one that I did on Monaco. It was tea coffee dyed. But I think the rest I've been using maybe Lugana for. So, and 32 count versus 28. So I think it'll be, they won't fill out the width quite as much, and they'll be shorter in the distance. But I goofed around with a lot of different things, and finally I'm like, I just gotta get this up. It's like good enough. And you know, it's all removable, so once I'm really inspired, I'll be able to finish it and finish it for all. So I made, this is kind of funny, I made some masks for the grandkids, and I'm like, well, my daughter wanted ties on them because she heard that they probably leave them on better than if they don't have ties. So I was cutting my own bias, and I'm like, I haven't done that in a while. And I used to sew quite a bit, but so I'm like folding things, and I thought, oh, I can fold it to cut it faster. So I folded it, and then I unfolded it, expecting like just some straight pieces. Well, then I don't think you could really even see, but I got kind of a big W shape. It goes, that just made me laugh. I'm like, oh yeah, you can't fold it in fourths. So, you know, then I remembered you take the selvage and fold it up, and like, oh yeah, that was really, really a smart one. And then this I thought was kind of funny. I have this box of rickrack and stuff. I don't even know where I got it from, but yeah, the stuff is really pretty old. And it just was funny. As I was looking through, you can just tell it looks different than modern rickrack. This is 2.5 yards for 75 cents. How pointy it is. And then we go to 3 yards for $1/4. Such a deal. This is 4 yards for 15 cents. They're getting older and older. And then this one is, let's see, it is 5 yards. Part of the, and it's from JCPenney, and look at the price on it. 8 cents for 5 yards. So look at the dress on there. I would estimate this was from the 50s maybe. So I thought that was kind of funny. Okay, now back to FFOs. As I alluded to before, summertime. And this is my finish for that. New York Dreamer. I love this one as much as wintertime. I didn't do quite as big of a margin going around, but I had found this cute polka dot, and Lisa, my new consult person, thanks Lisa, both of us, I had another red fabric and I was thinking blue and white trim, but this just, it screams summer to me. I like the back as much as the front, but I am just thrilled to have this one done. And I have Leanne had stitched this one. These were her colors, so her stitching looks pretty close to mine. So I think I'm going to finish her pillow the same way, and then that'll be one less that I have to think about. And then my final, oh no, whoopsie, I got a little problem here. This is not, it's a final finish, but I think you'll see it better if I insert a picture of what it looks like hanging on the wall. But this is Scarlet House Patriotic Pocket. And I see I have some threads to trim. I made it into a little pocket, and I don't really have the final things that I want to put in it yet, but I'm gonna do, you know, some flags and some sort of greenery. I thought it'd be kind of fun if I could pick up the flowers or some of those motifs, maybe more natural materials. I'll see what I can find, but I love this. I ended up just doing like, this blue is another little fabric that this has a cuff here, and then that's a separate one that folds over, and then just ticking on the back. And then oh, this is, I just ripped the fabric for the handle, and then what I did to give it a little bit more body was I ripped 2 equal pieces, and then I just put a little tacky glue down the center and then put the wrong sides together so that once this is hanging, it will be like finished fabric on both sides. But I'll show you my secret. This is hot off the press, so I haven't even attached my handle yet. But I wanted to show this to you because I think it turned out really cute, and I haven't ever finished anything like this. So, you know, after a while you get kind of sick of just doing the same type of finishes. So kind of fun. I think it's as hard to end these videos as it is to start them. I get into talking about things, and that's all fine, and I don't really have a problem with that. But the wrap up. So I think it's just going to be my tagline: build the world with love. There's so many things that are going on that we just need to show the world the best side of ourselves. So that's all I can say. Getting close to that, you know, new 5,000 mark that I said I wanted to reach by August 24th. So I hope that my new subscribers, you're enjoying what you're seeing, and you know, maybe we can reach that so we can have a nice giveaway. Giveaways are always fun. Until then, thanks for joining me. I've been trying to get a video out every couple weeks, but there's no guarantee on when it's going to be. So subscribe, like, and ring the bell so that you get a notification when I have a new one. That way it makes it a little easier in case you're riveted on the edge of your seats waiting for my next one. Highly think that's not too likely, but I guess that's how I'm gonna end it. And thank you all so much for everything you've taught me, and I hope I can share some of the fun of the stitching world with you. So we'll see you next time. Bye.